From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, it's another Halloween gone in the past. Now it's time to move forward and start thinking about the month of November. Here we are. And this is, of course, the month where we start thinking about Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then New Year's and then Valentine's Day. It just keeps going on and on, doesn't it? One celebration after another. Well, here's the deal. We've got one more dry and warm day as we go into your Wednesday. But by tomorrow, we're going to be looking at slightly cooler weather. I mean, it's not going to be a major drop in the temperatures, by the way, but it will be a noticeable drop in the temperatures, and we're including the chance for showers in the forecast here for many of us, not everybody. And then it looks like a possibility for some off and on rain really through the weekend and even early next week. All right, so let's get you out the door this morning and through the day. And there you can see as we go through the day, we are looking at those temperatures fairly cool, but not as cool as they have been, by the way. So not quite as cold as it has been. And I'm expecting some, eventually, maybe even some upper 70s for some of the warmer spots in the valley. For Siskiyou, Modoc County, right around 70, and in the eastern mountains in the mid to upper 60s. Now for the North Coast, you can, of course, see temperatures eventually in the mid-60s for your daytime highs, mid to even upper 70s for places like the inland areas, and getting close to that for Trinity County as well. All right, so there's the warmer air that's in place here as we go through, of course, what it was yesterday. Of course, we're going to see it through Thursday with that warmer air in place. But we got some cooler air off to our west, which will be kind of bumping that warmer air to the south, and our temperatures will drop. Again, this is that drop in the temperatures I was talking about. But with this type of setup here, it's also going to set the stage to allow us to see a chance for some showers here in the forecast as we take you through the end of the week, this weekend, and early next week. Now, obviously not the case here for today. You've got the clouds, especially some high clouds off to the north, but mainly sunny skies and dry conditions. But by the time we get into tonight and into Thursday morning, we're starting to see the heavier rainfall toward north and west approach the north coast at least. Now, there may be some, on the leading edge of that, some sprinkles and light showers, but it's been so dry that I think it's going to be a while before we can really saturate the atmosphere for that rain to really reach the ground. So a lot of what we're seeing here in advance of this main cold front, a lot of it's what we call virga, which is rain that evaporates before it reaches the ground. So the chances of actually seeing any wet weather Thursday morning in the valley eastward, pretty slim. Then as we go into the noon hour, that main cold front is beginning to approach, and now we're seeing some heavier rainfall for the coast, but really still not much activity elsewhere. The eastern mountains fairly dry, not much activity in the valley. Again, you can see leading edge, maybe some activity trying to make its way into Willows and Chico. Then we go into Thursday afternoon. Once again, the main line is right here for the north coast, making its way into Siskiyou County, and of course impacting Modoc County. But again, not much for the valley, not much for the eastern mountains, but still a chance for a stray shower Thursday, especially for the valley. But then it all kind of pushes southward, and everyone's getting in on some of that rain by Thursday night. Okay, this is Thursday night at 10 p.m., and then we kind of take a look at that long range, and we've just got a lot of activity over the Pacific Ocean. That's just going to be kind of streaming our way, continuing that off and on chance for rain through the weekend and into early next week. Now, the timing, the overall intensity of that rain still has yet to be determined. But one thing I want to point out is we look at the moisture content and the potential for, dare I say it, atmospheric rivers. Now, here's the thing I want to mention, because there's a lot of confusion with the term atmospheric river. What we have to remember is not all atmospheric rivers are equal. Some are stronger than others, some are much weaker than others. So of course, the stronger the atmospheric river, the better the chance you have rain across the board. So we can see this atmospheric river right here aimed right at Northern California. And I think the bulk of the rain and the heaviest rainfall will be on the coast, as we would typically see, because you'll notice it kind of cuts itself off as far as the amount of moisture streaming in as you start heading more and more inland. But a nice stretch of moisture heading our way come Thursday evening in particular. Then we see another kind of, you can see a thinner atmospheric river heading right towards Northern California. That'll impact us on probably Saturday. That will then push to the south, but then we have right here another atmospheric river, which looks to be even weaker, by the time we get into Monday. But once again, it's that stream, it's that available moisture content that we need for that rain to kind of kick on in. So I think the bulk of the rain will be on the coast, and then you'll start seeing less heading eastward, which we'll take a look at those rainfall totals here in a second. By Tuesday of next week, you can see that pushes southward. Now, again, the timing, the overall intensity of these atmospheric rivers will most likely change from what I just showed you now as we go into the next few days. But it gives you the idea that, yeah, we've got the activity over the Pacific. It's going to impact our weather starting Thursday, starting tomorrow, and lasting off and on through at least early next week. All right, so let's talk about those rainfall totals, rainfall estimates, just kind of put it that way. And keep in mind, these are estimates, not exact numbers that we're going to see. If I could do that, I'd be a billionaire, right? If I could actually exactly pinpoint exactly how much rain we'd get. I mean, come on, that'd be awesome. All right, so here we go. But this is just kind of give you a trend. And this is kind of a typical atmospheric river where we're seeing most of it, especially into Del Norte County, but even Humboldt County getting some decent rain out of it as well. And what you'll notice as we start heading to the south and east, you start seeing less and less rainfall. But I mean, still not bad. And again, keep in mind, this is all the way through next Tuesday. So it's going to be a kind of taking all the accumulation of all those days, where we could see upwards of about an inch, give or take, for the valley. And I think a little bit more than that for parts of the mountains and foothills east of the valley, but not quite as much for, say, Modoc County and in the eastern mountains. But bottom line, heaviest rainfall to the north and west, less rainfall as you head to the south and to the east. All right, meanwhile, we take a look at our wave heights. Not that bad today, so if you do have to be out on a boat, it should be okay. But by tomorrow, we're going to start to see those wave heights increase. So we'll probably start seeing more smoke threat advisories and kind of alerts out there. But for the most part, you can see here for today, south winds at 5 knots, waves from the west at 2 feet at 10 seconds, and of course, no alerts, at least for today. All right, so here's what we have in store for us for today. Look at this, temperature's actually warming up a little bit. We could quite possibly touch 80 degrees for some of us in the valley today. How about the 60s in the eastern mountains as well as Siskiyou County? For Trinity County and in the inland areas, mid to maybe even some upper 70s there. And for the coast, we've got those mid 60s for your daytime highs. I'm expecting a little bit more cloud cover, especially up to the north. So here's your 7-day outlook. Starting Thursday, pretty much everyone's seeing a chance for rain. It's not going to be until Thursday night into Friday that we will see a chance for showers for the eastern mountains. So it's going to hold off one more day for the eastern mountains. Now for the valley, remember I was talking about temperatures are dropping, but not a major drop, right? We're going from 79 degrees today to 71 degrees here for your Thursday, 70 on Friday, and then a little bit more noticeable as we go into the weekend. But starting Thursday, starting tomorrow, we've got the chance for showers, and I've included that for everyone now. And that's going to continue off and on. Now, not every day we're going to see rain. I really want to stress that. We won't see rain every day, but at least for now, as we kind of see this cool and unstable air move in, we've got an off and on chance here through at least Monday of next week. Okay, now we'll take a look at our 7-day outlook for the north coast, and you'll notice the clouds a little bit thicker. Chances for rain are going to be a little bit higher, heavier rainfall, especially for the coast for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into Tuesday of next week. We're seeing that chance for showers continuing. And then, of course, the inland areas, not as much rainfall, but could be dealing with some decent rainfall there. And not to mention up to Trinity County, Weaverville in general. There you can see, of course, the chance for showers as well. By the way, too, as we go into Saturday night and Sunday, that's typically when it's a good time to set your clocks back 1 hour. Although most of us don't need to do that because it's all done automatically due to AI on our phones and our watches. But if you have an old school clock, don't forget to set it back 1 hour, maybe Saturday night or Sunday morning when you wake up.